I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Emma Gillespie is from the Daily Oz. Britney Spears' memoir is out this week. There's Full of Juice. What's the book called, Em?
It's called The Woman in Me. It feels like another week, another memoir, but I reckon this is the memoir to end all memoirs.
Can I ask you this? Has she written it?
Well, who knows?
Written with. It'll be a written with.
Yes, written with. She will have had a ghostwriter who's made it sound lovely, but they all have ghostwriters. Harry, Jada,
Yes.
Pinkett Smith. Last week we spoke about.
Yes.
So it's out tomorrow, but as always happens with these things, excerpts are given to different media organisations. The New York Times have had the biggest chunk of it, I think. So we've gotten lots of headlines already. The book sort of sells itself as this, it says, "The Woman in Me is a brave and astonishingly moving story about freedom, fame, motherhood, survival, faith and hope." So in case you missed it, Britney Spears, we all know, was in a conservatorship.
Yep.
That was from 2008 to 2021, the big Free Britney movement. And this is the first time we're really hearing from Britney deep in her own words. We hear from her on her Instagram, but of course that's take that with a grain of salt.
Well, I saw her dancing around a pole.
That's usually what
On her
is happening on
Instagram.
Instagram. But in the book, we're hearing things like she had a 3-year relationship with Justin Timberlake from the late 90s to the early 2000s.
Which we knew of.
We knew of. They were teenagers. Apparently, she had an abortion during that relationship, which she says she really regretted, but Justin wasn't ready to be a father. I mean, he was about 18.
Sure.
Who can blame him?
And also, when they broke up, she was seen as the instigator of that, and
Yeah.
people judged her harshly about breaking his heart. In fact, it was the other way around. He was the cheater.
Yeah. Well, you might remember the song Cry Me a River, that Justin Timberlake song, which everyone thought was about her. The video clip has a blonde girl who dressed sort of similarly to Britney, and that's a song about basically being cheated on. And Britney opens up a little bit more about that time in her life. She says she felt really exploited by this particular interview she did with Diane Sawyer, which really grilled her and pushed that she was this harlot that had broken this good boy of America's heart. But Britney kind of says that they had both, misbehaved, but that he cheated on her and he dumped her via text message. Which seems a bit brutal, especially for the early 2000s.
And you have to be quiet about that.
While she was playing Snake.
Did anyone? Well, how big was the phone? It was like a brick.
Maybe there weren't many words involved. Yeah. But it's interesting that she had to sort of sit on that information for all those years when she was judged harshly for it.
Yeah, well, she's been sitting on all this information about everything that's ever happened to her pretty much because she was silenced in 2007. And she does go a little bit into that era. So I'm talking about, the shaving the head, attacking the paparazzi with the umbrella.
Driving with the kid on the
Kid on the lap, yep.
no underpants getting out of the car.
Yeah, and she sort of says that during that time, everything was so controlled around her and the media were just constantly hounding her that she sort of felt like the only control she had was to act out and to misbehave. She said she was treated like a child, so she acted like a child, which feels, I can sympathise with that idea, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of the Justin Timberlake stuff, in the same way that because David Beckham's documentary spoke about how the headlines were about how he'd had an affair with his personal assistant in Spain. She has now come out with her side of the story, and she's entitled to. Justin Timberlake here, how is he going to respond to this information?
Well, everyone is waiting to see what happens there. Sources close to the star have said that he's been very anxious about the book to come out, and I think anyone who was in Britney's life over the last 20 years is probably feeling that way. Christina Aguilera, she was on the Mickey Mouse Club with Britney when they were kids. They have this kind of historic feud that was really a media beat up of, two blonde women who happen to be famous at the same time. They must hate each other. But Jimmy Kimmel asked Christina if she's looking forward to reading the book, and Christina was sort of anxious and played it down and was just like, oh, well, I'd rather you be in it than me.
I'd rather put a nail in my head.
Yeah. I'd simply rather die.
Yeah.
So Justin Timberlake, all we know is that I believe Page Six have reported that someone said to someone that he's happy and at home and he's focused on his kids and his wife and his family.
That old line.
That old line.
And bringing out the double Devon.
But I'm sure it has a team waiting for the book to hit the stands. Everyone take a chapter, highlight the bits I need to know about, and maybe we'll hear from him next.
I look forward to skimming through it. I think that's a book I'll skim through.
Yeah.
Well, I
Just
think
skim
you've
through.
enough me enough here. I don't even need to
You
know
don't
anymore.
need to skim through.
No.
Well, apparently she drank margaritas from the age of 15 with her mum, so
Yep.
I'm interested in that bit.
Oh.
And her dad's a he's not a good guy.
So he'll
So-
be nervous at the moment too with all this
Yeah.
coming out.
Well, I mean, it couldn't really get any worse for Jamie Spears, or so we've thought. That's her dad. But yeah.
What about old mate, the dancer that she used to? What was his name?
Just no,
Wade Robson, the Aussie guy?
she
Kevin.
married Kevin
Federline.
Federline.
Oh, honestly, I didn't even look that bit up because who cares?
Yeah.
Kevin snooze on that guy.
Because he came on. What was
Father
it?
of the kids, but
Didn't
still.
he come? What was the show he did here? Fat Celebrity Loser. What was the show?
Fat celebrity loser. Imagine getting that call from your agent. Hey, good news.
You're
Got a
back on
job
TV.
for you.
You're back
You're
on
relevant.
the payroll, Kev.
Check her out at thedailyos.com.au. Em Gillespie, thank you.
Thank you.